What's up, Trojans? I had so much fun making the last video, doing the pack openings and everything, and just getting it live. I want to take another round at it, especially since Dexter Lawrence got traded. The end of this saga is here. Dexter Lawrence requested a trade, and he got it. And I'm excited about it because we got a lot of value for Dexter Lawrence. The 10th overall pick for an almost 29-year-old defensive tackle that didn't want to be here anyway, seems like a pretty good deal to me. Now, that's not to say he was a bad Giant or anything. That's not to say he wasn't amazing when he was with us. But it's similar to the Leonard Williams trade to me. Just when he was starting to not be able to be the guy for us anymore, I think we got as much value as we could have out of him. And much like Leonard Williams, I'm fine if he wins a Super Bowl. Maybe, not if the Giants are there, or definitely not if the Giants are there, but, I'm fine with it if there's no way the Giants get there. But I think this will ultimately help the team this year even. I don't think this ruins our defense. I think it actually gives us a much better shot at improving our defense in the draft, because I was looking at, the 5th overall pick that we have, and I really only want Sonny Styles now. I don't think there's anyone else I actually want. It's like Sonny Styles, and then it's a step down for me. I'd be okay with other guys that are not named Jeremiah Love, but it's a huge step down. Then the 10th overall pick, however, I'm good with a lot of guys being taken 10th overall. I mean, my favorite would be if any of the guys I considered at 5 were to fall to 10. 10 is actually now where I would consider going offense with a wide receiver. Having another guy with Malik Neighbors for Jackson Dart to throw to would be absolutely amazing for this offense. But I would love it if Downs fell there. There's the corner, Delane. That would also be nice. I'd be fine going offensive line there as well. It's so much more open in my eyes, so I'm really looking forward to the draft now. And before that, the draft, I got some stuff here to open. This is a product I really like, and this is a product I'm interested to try to open. So I just kind of broke the seal on this one, but I didn't really grab the packs out yet. So I'm just going to do that now. Oh, yep. Got a straggler in here. All right. That old Prizm. Hopefully I get something cool. Nice Jackson Dart or something. But yeah, just going to open this up and go over some more thoughts. Like I said, very excited Dexter Lawrence got traded. I think that will help this team out and just improve the team this year. It also introduces a lot of possibilities for trading in the draft. It would be reasonable to trade down now with one of those picks and it not feel like we missed out on some amazing talent, because then we would just get really good talent with the other one. All right. Let's see what we have here. No parallels, but Pat Bryant rookie isn't horrible. I think Jalen Johnson's a pretty good player, too. I saw him making some plays when I happened to catch a Bears game last year. One thing I'll have to try to do with this video is, compared to the last one, is not interrupt myself with the card openings. Mon-Ra on Fireworks, all right. Ooh, that's a nice looking card. I mean, it's not like a rookie CJ Stroud, but that oh! Really? It has to be an Eagles rookie? One I don't even recognize? Okay, wow, that pack was very different than the first one. Okay. That's why you gotta open them by the box. You open them by the pack, and you never know what you're gonna get. You can get anything. I was opening Magic packs yesterday as well, and it's like, yeah, $80 card, $20 card, $10 card. It's like, sheesh. Distribution's wild. And I was not the person in my friend group that got the $80. Ooh, I like Tez Johnson. I mean, it's not like amazing. Did I really just... What? Oh my gosh. Why are those even in here, man? Those are the worst. It's not like that Tez Johnson's rare, but I thought it might be a sign that the rest of the pack would be good. And then they gave me the ad card insert. Like, wow. That should be a givey. I'm joking. I wouldn't swoop that low on a givey. All right. Ramondre, Marks, Hunter, Myles Garrett. That's a good variation. All right. Baker Mayfield, Christian Watson, nothing crazy. Man, I think it's another bad box for me. I mean, got a couple packs left, but it's not looking good here. Not looking good at all. Be interested to see how the Bengals end up this year after that trade. Because they normally are fairly competitive, but definitely, as I was kind of talking about in my last video, there's so many teams that end up over-reliant on their quarterback. And ooh, rookie Tet. The Prizm. London game. Okay. I don't think those are worth that much, but rookie Tet. Oh, that's awesome. A signature. Okay. I like that. I mean, it's Ray Davis, but it's a signature. I actually know who that is. All right. Cool. A Ray Davis signature. Okay. That's not bad. And this pack feels thicker as well. I don't know if you get multiple of those per box or if that's even possible. But, yeah, I knew it. That's the jersey card. Someone. We'll see who it is in a second. All right. Let's see here. Brock Purdy. Rookie gear. Tesla. Okay. Ooh. That looks fancy. All right. That's got to be a couple dollars. That's something. I like that. Is this one of those? Let me put the other cards to the side. Get these other cards off to the side here. And then let me see this one a little bit closer. All right. Yeah, I like that. Jersey. It's only a one color. That could technically nick the value. But let's see here. Not from any specific game or event. That's always a shame. I would like it if every single one of these said, like, game used, this game, this date, here was the stats and all that stuff, because I have one piece of game used memorabilia, and it's from Sterling Shepard. It has all of that on it. It's like, yeah, here was his stats this game, here's, you know, how the Giants won and all that stuff. I know, that narrows it down a lot. It's from what the Giants won. Ooh, could be anything. All right. Here's the other product I have. I really like opening these. So with these, you get one guaranteed auto, and then there's a bunch of base cards and stuff. I'm not going to open the base cards. I have 4 of these. We're going to open these, just see the auto, and kind of move on. I got a stack right here. I kind of want to show off really quick. I've opened a lot of these, and this is not even half of the stack. I just don't want to drop them everywhere. But this is all autos I got. So this is probably your most authentic version of what you'll get, because this is just me opening tons of them. If you see anyone you like, cool. Here's what you can get. This is just something I like to open in all different sports too. And then the different colors there are the different like rarities of it. So the highest is like, I think to like a 1 of 1 even, but you can get a bunch of different versions and everything like that. It's pretty cool. You get autos of like some really good players, and some guys that can still become really great. There's some, you know, prospects in there as well. So I'm gonna open these 4 here and hope I get something good with everybody. Okay, I was hoping that would open a little bit easier on camera, but it's fine. All right, let's see what we got here. So essentially, All right. Oh, they put them in the same spot. They're normally not in the same slot. They're normally, there's like 3 slots in here. They're normally in different ones. So that just confused me a little bit. Got baseball player here. I don't know who that is necessarily, but a gold one. So the golds are to 99, and then you have the silvers, which are to 149. So the gold's slightly rarer. And if this guy is a well-known prospect, you know, that's where you get the value there. All right. And then if I didn't show this off enough, you get just like a bunch of cards in there, and there's like foil base cards and stuff. Some of them are worth something, so I'm not like just throwing them to the side or anything, but I'll just go through those later because they're not necessarily worth anything. And we're trying to get autos on these. So like to be able to pull these out in a way where like the auto, oh yeah, perfect. Okay, less perfect. Soccer player. I do not know soccer at all, so I'm not even going to try with that one. Another gold at least, though. All right. Come on, Jackson Dart. Live Jackson Dart. That's what we're hoping for. I think this trade is actually only going to help Jackson Dart even. And another guy that I think this could help a lot is Kayvon Thibodeau. Apparently, the Giants were like really interested in trading Kayvon Thibodeau, and I think that would make them hold off on that because now it is worth having 3 solid pass rushers, and without 2022 or 2024 Dex, really need a guy. I'm gonna like look away, then flip it, and then come back. Oh, a football player. Who's this? Byron Brown, number 2 to 99. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, not a bad one. I think. Looks like a quarterback, so could be good. If there's any draft hype in the next couple years for him. So that's the only awkward thing with opening a bunch of the futures ones and having that stack like I have is like I go through it every now and then to see if anyone has become a big name. Oh, sheesh. I thought this would be easier to open. I normally don't have this hard of a time. The seal part kind of normally falls off on me. All right, let's go here. Interesting. This is a weird photo. At least I'm getting different players. I've gotten like multiple of the same guy before. JT Lindsay. Okay, cool. The only thing that's confusing me is this looks like a practice photo or like some arena football or something. Like it doesn't look like NFL or college or anything. Well, it's mostly college stuff. Leaf is unlicensed. But you still get the autograph, so that's the value. All right, well, that's all for those boxes. Gonna keep this going for a little bit longer. Finish up some thoughts. Because, yeah, I think the Giants' offense should be solid this year. I think the trade is good. Getting that 10th overall pick, it's up to the Giants to really maximize value there now. Everyone's going to be like, oh, yeah, the last time we had 2 top 10 picks, and one of them was 5th overall. How did that turn out? Okay, well, one, I think Kayvon Thibodeau actually is a great player. He's just battling injuries throughout his career, it seems like. When he's on the field and healthy, he seems to produce very well. The end of 2022, he had a solid 2023 year. And then the last couple years, it's mainly been battling injuries. Then Evan Neal, I mean, that's just a shame. That could happen to anybody, I feel like. But I think that's the one where a lot of criticism can be given out, especially toward Joe Shane. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. We'll see if John Harbaugh has any impact on who they take here. And I think something along the lines of drafting Caleb Downs. I could see that being much more of a Harbaugh decision than a Joe Shane decision. Similar, people like to say that about Jackson Dart, but I don't think Joe Shane was necessarily high on another quarterback prospect like Shedeur Sanders or anything. I don't think that's what the issue was. I think the issue is more of like, all right, is this the guy? Do we wait another year? Or do we have to do it now? You know, these are probably things that were going through Joe Schoen's head. And when your head coach comes to you and goes, I saw this guy's tape, we need this guy, you do a little bit more research into him than maybe you otherwise would have. And I think that's kind of what helped Joe Schoen come to the conclusion, along with Brian Dable, that, hey, Jackson Dart's our guy. So I think the head coach can have a lot of influence on Joe Schoen. And we'll see who they take. I think I've made it clear my favorite Sonny Styles. I really do not want Love 5th overall. I'd be more tolerant 10th overall to it, but I just think the last thing this team needs right now is a number 1 running back. Scadaboo, Tracy, 2 solid running backs, enough productions there. I'd rather just get a straightforward wide receiver to help out that offense more than anything. I would actually love a wide receiver in the second round. That's my ideal option for the second round. I do think it would be valuable to get a number 2 wide receiver with Malik Neighbors, but I think the thing is this person that comes in has to realize that he's the number 2 wide receiver. Malik Neighbors needs to be the number 1 for this whole thing to work. Malik Neighbors made it very clear throughout his draft process he needs to be the number 1 wide receiver. So get Sonny Styles, mess around a little bit with the 10th overall pick, get a corner or safety, or maybe an offensive lineman, much more open there. And then second round, get a wide receiver. Be a great draft in my mind. But I have one more thing to open here. So this one already got opened. This is another one of those presidential ones from last time. And it just has the classic in it. It has the classic Millard Fillmore. Common. He's a common. So, that's a shame. Not what you're looking for when you're opening these. But I'm going to try to open this one now. So, get this all opened here. All right. So, got this one. This is the last one I have of these. So, going to see who I get and if it's anything cool. All right. Hoping for something good. Come on, no Millards. Ooh, that's something. I don't know who that is. Let's see. It's a word. It's a cool word. Doesn't look like a the. We got 25th president. Oh, is that? Yeah, William McKinley, I think. Okay, not the coolest president ever, but it's something. Different time period than the other ones I've gotten. So, not horribly upset. Seems to be a somewhat interesting written word. Nation? I think that's nation. Looks kind of like nation, although I don't see the dot on the I or anything. Heaton? Neaton? Something along those lines. All right. I'm going to look dumb trying to decipher that, so we're just going to put that off to the side here. Put it in the pile. Why'd I put the other one? I put the other one back in the case and put it off to the side. It's just random of me to do. Yeah, I put it. I don't know why I did this. This is such a delay. But I don't know why I did this. I put it back in the case. Put it here. Gotta savor the Millard Fillmores. All right. That was so random. That's what you get with that product. As I said in my last video, it's just the weirdest product ever. Just getting randomized presidential artifacts and stuff. Not in love with it or anything. I just thought it would be a funny one to open here, see if I got anything cool. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, very excited about this Dexter Lawrence trade. Looking forward to the draft now, and really looking forward to next season because I think this is really good for the team. Even though it is a shame that Brian Burns came out not long before trading Dexter Lawrence and said hey, I really want to resign him and everything. Please get this done. I hope that doesn't cause any confusion or division in the locker room. I really don't think it will. I think Brian Burns especially is the type of guy that realizes the NFL is a business. You talk about someone that got traded for from another team. So I think he knows kind of what was going on there and everything, and knew that, hey, this was going to be a possibility. So I don't think it'll be too big of an issue. It is kind of a shame to have something like this happen with a new head coach coming in. You don't really want your new head coach to walk in the building and players demand to be traded right afterward, especially a popular player like Dexter Lawrence. But the value was there, and Dexter did it to himself. He requested to be traded, and he got traded. So I don't think anyone in the locker room can be too upset about that. And also, you can't reward that behavior as a business, which is what the NFL is. Like, you pay someone, they sign the contract. It was a good contract at the time. I actually remember saying I thought they overpaid Dexter Lawrence. And then now, just a couple years later, he's like severely underpaid. So great job on Joe Shane for that contract. And it's just like, you signed the contract. Yeah, play it out. Like, you signed the contract, you can demand more things in the contract negotiations. Players do that all the time. Kirk Cousins had a fully guaranteed contract at one point. People thought he could have gotten an extra $5 million a year or whatever it was, but he wanted a fully guaranteed contract. He got it, and that's what he wanted. He played out the contract. It makes more sense when guys do stuff like that. Like, hey, you play out your contract, and teams definitely do that with players where they give themselves the out in case the player isn't performing up to standards, but that's the name of the game. Again, get a fully guaranteed contract if you want a fully guaranteed contract. Or if you wanted more money, then negotiate some way for there to be an incentive structure or something, or have some sort of escalator in the contract. Like, I don't think there's anything in the NFL rules that say you can't do stuff like that. Patrick Mahomes' contract is insane. It's been a long time since he signed it because it was a 10-year deal, and it's an absolutely insane contract. He was more than the highest paid quarterback at the time. I think now there's guys making $60 million a year, but it was $50 million, like 10 years, and there's all these like stipulations and nonsense, and it made him a franchise name and everything. Like, guaranteed, this is your franchise quarterback. He was like 1 or 2 Super Bowls in already at that point, and he's still a good quarterback. So, obviously a good contract for the Chiefs. But you can do some crazy stuff in contracts, and there's wild stipulations in there too. Like, he can't like do a lot of stuff, like similar to the stuff that came up with the Giants contract with like Xavier McKinney, of like, hey, you can't be ATV riding around, on mountains and stuff because, well, you might break your hand and miss a couple games. Right, so that's why they put that stuff in contracts so that doesn't happen. It was really cool of the Giants then, if you remember that story, to honor, not void the contract and everything, and be like, hey, Xavier McKinney, you're a really good player, get well soon. We'll put this behind us, don't do it again, type thing. One other thing I'll show off a little bit here. So I had the future stuff before, or the Leaf future stuff before. I was going through all the autos. I got a couple other cool cards. I fished some out because I was just showing some random graded Giants last time. This one's one of my. I know you say I should have done this, or there's just a little card back there. But this one's Puka. National Treasures. I just like him. He's a cool guy, and National Treasures is rare. And then Shadur Sanders on the downtown. I pulled this. It's such a cool card. I don't know exactly what I want to do with it or anything. I know it looks like there's a really bad crease there. That's on the packaging. I'll be able to take that part off and everything, and it's all good. It's not on the card, but the thankfully it was like double sleeved up and everything from the packaging and stuff. It's a good thing made sure on that, because it definitely got scratched a little bit, and that would be horrible if that was on the card, but it's not. I took it out and I verified it and everything. But I'm thinking of getting it graded because it looks really nice. That's my plan right now, is to get it graded. I'm just kind of debating grading companies and stuff, because there's different pros and cons with each of them. Oh, it's such a nice card. It glows. I've been keeping the Puka Nacua on top of it. I mean, I think the you know, the extra packaging and stuff would protect against surface damage, but just in case, we'll have another card on top of it. I'm gonna put this back. All right, well, with that, I'm gonna close this out. I think this right here is definitely my best pull from the packs I opened today. It's really nice. I like it. It's pretty cool, especially if Tesla becomes, you know, a #1 wide receiver and everything for the Lions. And then on the presidential ones, this is definitely still my best pull, just because it's Abraham Lincoln. Very well-known president, and it's a shame didn't get anything crazy on the futures autos, but it happens. I have a couple like decent names, a couple baseball players and stuff, and a couple somewhat relevant NFL prospects. Nothing too crazy, but I don't know. Maybe the next couple I'll end up getting my hands on, have a lot better stuff in them. There's some insane pulls you can get from those future ones. I'm just not that lucky, apparently. All right, see you guys in the next one.